What's going on, everybody? It's Grant Anderson from the Flats Entertainment coming at you with some AEW recap. Just going over a few things that I wanted to highlight from tonight's AEW Dynamite. We had a few big things that happened. I'm gonna get into all of them kind of in order of like in order from the show, but what I thought was important from this show, and just getting into what's next for the pay per view and Double or Nothing coming up. So first, we had AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland come out, and he was going to address who his next challenger would be. Looking for his opponent for Double or Nothing. See who he's going to defend the world title against. And he pointed out that the last week at the end of the show when the Young Bucks took out Tony Khan, that it was a bitch move and everything. Whether it was a bitch move or not, it happened. And the Young Bucks got on the screen and they were talking back and forth with Swerve and basically told him that they picked out his challenger already. And they hit the music, and it was none other than Christian Cage. He making his return after, I want to say, maybe 3 or 4 months gone. So that was pretty cool. And also, I just feel like this is going to be a really good match and a really good storyline. From what they did tonight, Christian came out there, and when he went to talk, he clocked Swerve in the head, and it stopped all that shit. Swerve tried to fight back, but obviously he has his group around him, so uh, Christian was able to get out of that. But he went in saying like he never forgets anything. Like Swerve cost him at the biggest event of the year. He beat up Nick Wayne in his house. Like it was just a lot of stuff. But he wants to take the world title away from him. But I think this is important because Swerve, his first world challenger, world title defense, I feel like had to be something that was like meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to get into something that was like it's not just another match. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they can build a really good story between him and Christian Cage because there's a lot of history already. And so I feel like Christian Cage and Swerve is gonna be. I think it should main event the show. Honestly, I think for Double or Nothing, I think Swerve goes on last, and he's the one that is gonna like we gotta like finally just position him like he is the man because he has that belt. Like we can't like just keep acting like he's another guy on the roster. Like I really feel like Swerve has to be put into everybody's eyes. Like you gotta like promote him as like this big deal, and I feel like that's what they're gonna be doing. Like I feel like they're bringing him into that story with the Young Bucks and them. We'll get into more of that, but like with them choosing his challenger, that's already building some tension between them, and I feel like it's gonna build something right there. So we could potentially have Okada versus Swerve. As much as I don't like Jack Perry, they'll probably give us Jack Perry versus Swerve. What I'm intrigued to see is if Swerve will be joining up with uh, Kenny Omega and FTR after what we saw tonight, or like what's gonna happen, you know? But moving along with things, I wanted to get into the Buddy Matthews versus Adam Copeland match. Uh, I feel like they're getting this right now. Like I wasn't sure on how they were building up to it, but I feel like this storyline is starting to progress now. Uh, they had at the pay per view at Dynasty, Malachi got the win over Adam Copeland. He missed it him and then hit him with the black mass. Well, tonight they had Buddy Matthews versus Adam Copeland versus for the TNT title, I believe, and I thought it was a really good match, but what they did after the match, I think, progressed the story along. So Adam Copeland won, which we all expected, but right after the match, the lights went out. Whenever Adam Copeland was trying to go in, I think he was trying to concerto Buddy Matthews, and yeah, he was trying to concerto him because he had grabbed both chairs. Well, the lights go out. Malachi comes out, and he's behind Adam Copeland, telling him to hit him. Like he's encouraging Adam Copeland to hit Buddy Matthews right there, and then Buddy Matthews kind of starts coming up to him like getting up like from like laying down and like is like telling him to hit him too. And like he gets ready to hit him and then he turns to Malachi and go and hit him and the lights go out. So the lights come back on and Edge is just standing there in the ring like nothing, like don't know what to expect. But I feel like this is getting us towards Malachi versus Adam Copeland at Double or Nothing, which I think Malachi has to win the belt here. Like this is his first real opportunity at some AEW like singles gold, and I feel like he has to win it. Like there's no way he does not win this. Like and gets the House of Black to get out of obscurity. Like they have been doing nothing since they lost the trios titles. So I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for AEW to put the belt on Malachi, give them some momentum, and let them go run with it. Adam Copeland doesn't need the belt. Like Adam Copeland is an established superstar. He can go fight anybody else. Malachi needs that belt right now. And I feel like this is the perfect opportunity to give him what he needs. But getting into the last point I wanted to make on the night, the segment between Kenny Omega returning, the Elite attacking him, and what's next, Uh, I think Kenny Omega's promo, uh, from any of his promos in the past, this is by far his best. It grabbed real emotion from you. You know what I'm saying? It really tugged on your heart because like he was telling you real things. Like he was suffering with illness that could have killed him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. And I feel like him coming out there telling us about what was going on and what he was going through really helped shine light on what the situation was with him and why he had to suddenly just leave AEW. He went into how he was contemplating retirement, like something like that you like don't want to see from an athlete like him. And I think he dealt with it as best he could. And like this was, like I said, it was his best promo work ever. Uh, After that, we he got into the stuff with Matt and Nick. What they did, they fired him doing that stuff, like taking out Tony Khan. Uh, then we heard the coin flip. Okada's music hits. Okada and Omega in the ring. This is yeah, they were on New Japan earlier this year, or earlier last year, but this is really the first time we get them standing face to face and a big time moment like this, like in an AEW ring. Like nobody would have thought this, and I feel like they planted the seeds for them to be fighting in the future. But after that, Okada calls himself the best bout machine, and then Jack Perry comes out and attacks Kenny Omega. He comes out there and is about to hit him with steel chairs. Then the Young Bucks come out again, and they're doing the same thing that they did last week to Tony Khan, where they're basically like trying, like telling Jack, like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?" And Kenny Omega's crawling up to on like from his hands and his feet, and they catch him with the EVP trigger, and they bust him with that. Uh, FTR comes out, they run down to try to save him. They get them out the ring. They have to stretcher Kenny off. They bring him to the back, and they end up catching the Elite catches FTR and Kenny while they're on their way to the ambulance, and they really mess him up with this. Like they take him out of there and they flip him over out of that stretcher and basically show you that the Elite is standing tall. What I think happens next is Kenny Omega has to get healthy, obviously. I'm thinking we're very close to that, if not already there, but they're definitely building into something for blood and guts between Kenny Omega, FTR, and potentially Swerve Strickland, I'm assuming. But I think this storyline with the Elite in Kenny Omega definitely could lead into Hangman Adam Page returning. It could lead into a countless number of things, but I feel like these are the guys: FTR, Hangman, and the, Kenny Omega versus the new Elite. I think that's the direction we're probably going in. If if one of them can't make it, Swerve is the other option. But I definitely think AEW is going in the right direction if Tony Khan can keep his head out of his ass. Stop making stupid ass comments. But this has been your boy Grant with the Flats Entertainment. Y'all like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later.